Good morning, YouTube. We are here in Dallas, Texas. Well, Mesquite, Texas. There's the railroad right there behind us. Dropping off, I think they're juices. At first I thought it was some kind of medical supplies or something. This is with the Raycon said, but it did have a bunch of options. I know it says dessert, gelatin dessert. Oh, it smells good too. This is our somewhat troublesome load that we picked up out of Laredo to where it canceled and it didn't, and then I had to cancel another load and just, yeah. But it paid though. Paid $1,400 for like a 400-mile trip up here. Y'all know I gotta show off my MyTee Products deal here. So I found it's best if you leave it on the wall or one side on the wall. Ratchet it in. Come on. Finish it out. Uh-oh. Got tangled. There we go. Boom. I got the link down there in my bio, guys. Down there in my description. If you want an easy, neat solution to your E-track straps. All right. So they told me dock 11. I think I have an air leak somewhere because this thing is having issues holding air. See? But only at idle. When I'm driving, it's fine. But at idle, it's not really building too much air. I know y'all gonna find that buzzing annoying, and I apologize. All right, y'all. Y'all go to move around so I can get to my dock. Go ahead. Feel this air. Yeah, I got an air leak somewhere, I think. We'll check it out while we're in this dock. It is Thursday morning. So here in Mesquite, Texas, it's east of Dallas. Please, shush. Guys, I apologize for this buzzing. At least we know it works. It is a hot one. It's not even 9:30 yet. I'm already sweating. I'm glad we're getting offloaded on this side of the building, because the other side, when we first go in, the way they have the dock situated is ridiculous. lined up. All right. They got a bunch of potholes and stuff in this concrete here. All right, yeah, something's going on to where I need to figure out this leak. In the meantime, we're lined up perfectly for the dock. It's not one thing, it's another. I wonder if it's that airbag back there still giving me problems. I thought I'd fix that issue. I'm willing to bet it's that airbag. Oh, we in there? Oh, okay. Boom. Yep, it's the airbag. All right, y'all. Let me get this airbag situated. Y'all roll that intro. And we're picking up about 10 minutes from here, going down to the 2-stop in Baton Rouge. Well, Baton Rouge, one in Baton Rouge and one in Gonzales, Louisiana. I can feel air, I just don't know where it's coming from. Oh, okay. I found it. Yep, it's the airbag. All right. Y'all roll that intro. Let me get this situated. We're empty. And they had some drinks in there. I guess this is what we dropped off, or they have a lot of it here. But got a little refrigerator in there for the drivers. So don't mind if I do. It's probably from a damaged box or something, but hey, even if it's not, even if it is, it's a hot day. Need it. All right. I haven't done story time in a while. So how about we do story time today? So we're way down there on the dock. So we're gonna get checked out of here. And let's do story time. I haven't talked to y'all in a minute. All right, that's fixed. It was just a loose, the airline that goes into there, the fitting. Just a loose fitting. She's tightened up. Air leak is fixed. You've got the green light. Bless me. Make sure the, yeah, it's off. All right. They have confirmed that my trailer is empty, so now we can get on out of here. All right. Let me see, the place we're going to, they do have a dumpster. I'm gonna clean this trailer out when we get there. I don't like dropping dirty trailers. All right. Make sure our lights work. I don't hear the leveling valve on this trailer leaking. All right, y'all. Oh, just perched. Let's go pick this load up. Where are we going? It's an airport address. Oh, this one. All right. Oh, 10 miles. Yeah, we'll take 8. Oh, man, it got the traffic going on right there. I don't know if trucks can go through here, but I do know at this place. Yeah, I think coming from this way, one of these streets is a no truck route deal. Load alert's going off. What is this? YouTube partnership opportunity. Dear Grinding Gears, I hope this message finds you well. My name is blah, 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 marketing team. See, y'all, these sponsorships be coming in all the time. These partnerships. Okay, that's what I was doing. We'll look into it later. But right now, I'm kind of tapped out on... Yeah, there's usually always traffic right there. Yeah, so we'll take this 80 around. So... Plug in here. Got it. All right, 17 minutes. See, Skyline. I should be able to take this other road, but I don't want to risk it. That's okay, we'll take the long way.
Starting route to 905 Airport Boulevard. Head northwest on Chase Road.
But yeah, so I had gotten a comment the other day. I don't recall the name on the comment, I apologize. But the person was asking, what happened to your Lone Star? My International Lone Star. And I was like, that was a long time ago when I got rid of that truck. And then I was like, you mean the Pro Star? Because that was my most recent truck. And then they said, well, both of them. So I said, okay, they probably haven't washed in a while. So I know also that I have a lot of new subscribers. So that gave me the idea. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just kind of review. I guess you can say like my story of kind of like what happened, what I've been through or whatever. It's been a while since I give you guys story time and y'all have been requesting more driving footage anyway. So I'm going to not kill two birds with one stone. So to begin with, y'all know my dad was a truck driver for about 30 plus. I'll start from the beginning. I'll just go from the beginning. Y'all know my dad was a truck driver since like the 70s or 80s. And I used to come to this rail yard all the time when I was with FFE, Frozen Food Express, where I got my CDL. Which I'll get into the story with that.
Turn right.
I used to come to this rail yard all the time right here in Mesquite. But anyway, so my dad was an owner operator and he had his own trucking company for like 30 plus years. You know, growing up, my family and I were homeschooled. It was 5 girls, 2 boys. My wife and I, we met at a youth group at our church. Back in 2010, the same year, I lost my older sister. That's a story within itself.
At the stop sign, turn right.
Lost my older sister in 2010. We had transitioned churches due to the lack of support we got from that church. And when we did that transition, that's where I met my wife in youth group. Later on, we ended up, it's a long story, how we met and all that kind of stuff. But, y'all know we got married before Hurricane Harvey. like 3 days before Hurricane Harvey hit. And so at the time we were in the music industry. We moved to Atlanta so I can pursue a music career. Had a pretty good opportunity out there. Well, 2 months in, about 2 months after we got married and moved to Atlanta all around the same time, we found out my dad had stage 4 colon cancer. And so, kind of fast forward, a few months after that, he passed away. And then like right after he passed away, a month and a half later, we found out my wife was pregnant with our firstborn. So he had missed it, you know, finding out about the news about a month and a half or so. And so we were in the music business still, you know, still doing my thing or whatever. And gotta do. And didn't live the best lifestyle financially. You know, eviction notices, car repos. We got married when we were 23 years old, still young, still very immature. But
next lane, turn right.
So we, like I said, eviction notices, pink slips, like I said, repos, trying to pay for baby formula. You know, my wife, our first 2 kids are exactly about a year apart. So we're trying to figure out the first child, how we can afford him and Pampers and formula and all that stuff. And then he's 3 months old. We find out she's pregnant with the second one. And then right after that, COVID hit. And so we had every obstacle against us. Like we were already struggling. You know, 1-bedroom apartment with roaches. You know, the guy next to us, you know, beating on his woman. You know, people around us, you know, the weed, the drugs. Like we live in a pretty crummy apartment complex. And so when COVID hit, the first thing out of our income was music. Our music lessons company was face-to-face interaction, so we couldn't do that during COVID. We tried the virtual thing. Only lasted so long. Then we did the, you know, me DJing and doing church gigs, studio gigs, live performances. I did do the audio engineer thing for a little bit, you know, working in a recording studio. But that only lasted for so long. Right when COVID hit, I had a 50-city tour lined up. My manager at the time in the music business was Lydia Harris. She was one of the founders of Death Row Records. If you know, you know. She was Harry O's wife, Michael Harris. If you know, you know. So she was my manager. And so at the time, my contract was pretty much almost about up. And so when COVID hitting, you know, we just about lost everything. And so my wife and I talked about it. And we were like, well, what are we going to do? We already don't have much. And we're already in a bad situation financially. What are we going to do? And we had kind of danced around the idea of trucking because we both like to travel. And then I was like, well, the only thing I know, like the back of my hand, is trucking. On the business side of it, not really the mechanics of it. Because my dad, you know, had a company all that time. And my dad always told me, you know, I don't want you to become a truck driver. I want you to have what's better. Because when I went to college, I had a engineering scholarship when I went to college, like for petroleum and civil engineering. I even had a contribution from NASA. It was a pretty decent deal. But I turned it down when I was in college to do music, what I loved. But he always said, I don't want you to become a truck driver. I want better for you. But I always had a love for trucks at the same time. I remember being, you know, 7, 8, 9 years old. And my dad's 2000, he had an FLD at one point, and then he also had a Classic. which is why I like my Freightliners, my Classics, my FLDs, and my Detroit 60 Series engines. You know, that explains my love for them. And it's nostalgia for me. It's just memories, especially with them being gone. And so we said, okay, let's go ahead and do trucking. Went to CDL school, came up to Dallas, Texas, Frozen Food Express, which is a sister company for KLLM. Got my CDL. Did that for a year. Got my experience. And then what? Went to Cardinal Logistics for about 3 months. At the same time, we were having our house built. Bought our home. I heard about Landstar. I heard about a program over here with Landstar with a private fleet. And y'all know the story. Ended up getting scammed on a truck, on a lease purchase deal or whatever. Me not knowing the better, being new and naive. So I fell for it. Got the truck. Got scammed. Did that for about 18 months, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And so I gave them the truck back, which y'all know that was a whole situation. If you know, you know. Gave the truck back. And so Miles, one of my subscribers, at the same time, I just kind of started my YouTube channel, which y'all know, Just Trucking. Even that was a God ordained deal. How I met Just Trucking at the most random place. Didn't know him, he didn't know me. And he talked me into starting a YouTube channel. I listened, and look at where we're at now. So did the YouTube channel. We'll do another video on that, on the story time about how I got the channel situated. I only got 10 minutes left on this drive. And so, Miles, one of my subscribers, he was watching my videos. He's a Landstar driver. And he saw that, hey, I got scammed on the truck. I was in a bad situation, just trying to figure it out. And he said, hey, I have this FLD. It's a spare truck. I'll make you a deal. You'll buy the truck off of me. You can have the truck. I said, all right, cool. So he gave me a steal of a deal on the FLD. She wasn't in the best cosmetic shape. As I said, she was cosmetically challenged. But at the time, I knew it would help me with my business and keep me rolling as an owner-operator. Also, I knew that it would be good for YouTube, because I kind of made it seem like I was going to go and buy my W900 or buy a new truck. And when I bought the truck, I flipped the script. And so when I tell you my channel almost went, like, it did really well when I had that FLD, because the majority of people watching, were just kind of watching to see if I was going to break down, go out of business. People thought I was crazy, this, that, and the third. But truck did great. She did what she's supposed to do. And then we started saying, hey, we want to park the truck and put some work into it, get her painted, get the interior done and stuff like that. So, all right, cool. I don't want to turn on this street. I'm gonna keep going down further. Then I had another subscriber reach out, Yardy. Yardy reached out to me and he was like, hey, I got a 2015 ProStar. Is it this street? Let's go this way. He said, hey, I got this 2015 ProStar. You know, I heard you say you're looking to start a fleet. Got this truck. Let's make a deal. So he sold the truck to me. I think I told y'all, like 17 grand. I don't know if I disclosed the number or not, but now you know. Gave me a steal on the truck. What did I pay 15 grand for that truck? I paid either 15 grand or 17 grand for that truck. But anyway, somewhere one of those two numbers.
Turn right.
Which basically, the money I made on YouTube is what I used to buy that truck. Can I turn here? GPS, where are you taking me? Okay, nah. No trucks. Yeah, I knew it. The sign says no trucks. All right, pick up the truck. Come on up.
At the next light, turn right.
But, oh, my Jakes are on, duh. What are my RPMs not getting up? But anyway, so yeah, got that truck. Was gonna put a driver in it. Y'all know I had the insurance, not the insurance, the breakdown. Thankfully, speaking of insurance, I had that 10-4 truck insurance with the roadside. Y'all saw that whole ordeal.
Right on the south
Where they y'all saw it. Y'all saw all that. Anyway, so was gonna put a driver in it. Had a driver lined up for it, Rudy. Which Rudy is doing great with his fleet owner that he's with, that I got him plugged in with. At the last minute, I got cold feet. Seeing just, you know, what it would be like to have a fleet of trucks. Got cold feet, bailed out of it. Meanwhile, around the same time, Mr. Robert was like, "Hey, I have this old Freightliner Classic. I heard you say on your video that oh, Jake's again. I heard you say on one of your videos that, you know, your dream truck's a Freightliner Classic, you know, because of your pops, and you know, I heard your story. You know, been a day one subscriber."
At the next light, turn left.
And I was like, "Yeah." Y'all saw that it was on a live. I went live one night, and he was on there like, "Hey, I'm retiring. I want to give you my Freightliner Classic. I want to be a blessing." And I said, "All right, awesome." I thought he was BSing me, and we arranged it. Got the Classic from him. And guys, he did.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn onto Clay Road.
He did not walk away empty-handed on the truck. He did not walk away empty-handed. You know, we couldn't just do that. But it was still nowhere near what the truck is worth. But he did not walk away empty-handed financially for this truck. But anyway, so that's where I got this truck. And so that is kind of the storyline, you know, of the trucks and what happened to them. But a large blessing of that has been from YouTube. If it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't have met Miles, who worked out a deal with me on the FLD. If it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't have met Yardy, you know, with him working out a deal with me on the Pro Star. And if it wasn't for YouTube, you know, with Mr. Robert, you know, blessing us with this truck. You know, but the behind the scenes of doing a YouTube channel, all the work, especially in my case, uploading every single day, it's a lot of work. Like I tell people, I don't get 10-hour breaks. You know, I got to be up editing. But hard work, it pays off. I get a lot of hate for it, but you work hard at something, you stay consistent,
In 1.2 miles, turn left onto East.
it pays off. Especially when you have God in the middle. When God is for you, who can be against you? When my wife and I got married, you know, we both agreed that we wanted to live our lifestyle, you know, around the Bible. And that's one thing God always told us. You know, you'll abide by my word. Some nice houses back here, man. You abide by my word, you know, you will be blessed. My wife stays at home. She homeschools the kids. That is something he told us to do from day one. So my wife stays at home. She's giving up any possible career she could possibly have, you know, or anything like that, to stay at home and raise our 4 kids. And homeschool them. But that is what, you know, we were instructed to do when we got married, you know, by God. So we did that. And even though we've been through some hard times, like when I tell y'all hard times, I've got multiple repos in my record just from a bottle of water. Fall on me. But yeah, we've been through all the hard times, guys. But we stayed faithful. We didn't throw God to the trenches. Remained faithful, and Now we're starting to reap the benefits. And I just want to thank you guys for your support, for your advice, like the emails I get from you guys about advice. The comments I get, you know, you guys have really helped us get to where we're at. And then people like Steve, FSC Trucking, if you guys only knew how much he was doing for us with that cab over, behind the scenes that I haven't even talked about, he hasn't talked about, but how much he was doing just to help me out. Just to help me out. You know, that man is doing a lot. Going above and beyond of what I even asked him to do. You know. And then Jrush Trucking.
Then turn left onto
Jrush Trucking has, you know, he's the one that talked me into doing a channel in the first place. And gave me his phone number, not even knowing me. Here's my phone number. You know, I want to make sure you do your YouTube channel. I want to make sure you're successful. Here's my phone number. I'm gonna hold you accountable. And it's like, wow. You know, Mother Trucker's another one that's been helping me out in the background. He's the reason I'm doing the Sirius XM podcast with Road Dogg.
Turn left.
And Mr. Phillips. We're talking about doing like first Friday of the month for my segment on a monthly basis. But yeah, we say we are truly blessed. I can't take ownership for anything. From the support that we get from you guys and just the blessings. But yeah, I've been through quite a few trucks. And then with the Pro Star, that was a blessing to somebody else. Mr. Robert blessed us with the what was it? The classic disc truck. And the Pro Star, I met a subscriber, and he just kind of shared with us his story about what he was going through at the time, older gentleman. And it was a pretty heartfelt story. And it wasn't one of those deals where he was telling me a sob story for a truck, no. Wasn't just kind of just being real transparent about the situation.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Airport.
So not only worked it out with him getting the Pro Star, you know, but then we even put a little cash on top of it on our end, just to make sure that he was good. And then that Pro Star ended up getting him out of a situation. So we didn't know if we were going to sell the Pro Star, if we were going to do a giveaway on the channel. But we had met this guy, and it was just, we took an L, we did, but it helped him out in the long run. And so, and it got him out of a situation. I need to call him actually, see how he's doing. But we'll get our blessing on the back end. Is this? I think it's the next street. Yeah. But we've learned that, you know, the more you give, the more you receive. You know, when we go places, you know, even if I go to, I don't know, Waffle House and get a $10 meal,
right onto Airport Boulevard.
You know, I usually match that tip. I'm going to give like a $10 tip to the waitress, because you know, $10 for me is a difference between. It's $10 for me got a different value to somebody else. You know, going to Sonic and they bring out your food and stuff. Oh, got stuck in a hole there. Woo! Underestimated that turn. But yeah, just being a blessing to somebody else. Even a babysitter. You know, when she comes to watch the kids and my wife and I can go out, You know, she charges whatever. You know,
Turn right.
hey, you know, here's double what you're asking. You know, this being a blessing to somebody else, and it does come back around. And watch it car turning. Yes, guys, this is the same place we were at the other day. We picked up the doors and windows and stuff. But all that just to say, guys, be a blessing to somebody else. You know, we haven't had it the best, but we're starting to reap the benefits. And one thing with that is going to bring hate, it's going to bring jealousy. But at the same time, I'm not one to showcase stuff that we do for other people and put it out there in the public. There's going to be somebody to say, oh, well, if you don't show it, that means you're not doing it. But at the same time, if I put all my good deeds on the internet, the other half is going to say, oh, it's not genuine because you're just doing it for clout, or you're doing blah, 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 such and such. And I'm not one to throw people's business out there, too, so I'd rather keep it in private and people not know what's going on, rather, you know, whatever. But be a blessing to somebody else, guys. All that just to say that, you know, something that might be useless to you or little to you might mean the world to somebody else. And so we've taken L's. We have done some stupid things, you know, just being immature young adults, business-wise, you know, family-wise, spouse-wise, you know, but we've learned from them. So anyway, let's drop this trailer off and grab our next one. Baton Rouge. We got a few Baton Rouge here. Lake Charles. Oh, Galveston. I think this one's ours. Yeah, 8827. Yeah. Yep, this one's ours. Zero 0827, 00827. Okay. So I want to make sure I had the right one. Oh, what trailer are we grabbing? 693048. And I'm glad that I didn't do that Amazon load last week. I passed by there on the way here last night, and that line was all the way down the interstate. And Landstar drivers, y'all know that is not acceptable. It's against Landstar policy to be on the side of the road. I mean, I know there's, you know, you can justify it in some cases, but Landstar has a very low tolerant sitting on the side of the road policy called the sitting duck policy. Like, they will let you go, no questions asked. And there's a whole reason why, due to a lawsuit that happened a couple of years ago, but oh man, I missed it. Dang it. Now, where did that little yellow pole go? There it is. All right, where'd that trailer go? There it is. So we'll swing a little bit wider. As soon as I turned, I lost the trailer. I forgot there was two back there. So I looked in my mirror. I was like, where the hell did the trailer come from? But yeah, shout out to the agent for this load here. If she looked out for me on this one. It'll get us home to get these trailer repairs. I mean, these truck repairs done. Even though the I did seal that coolant reservoir, I am still going to replace it just for peace of mind. I mean, it's old. It's probably the factory one. Truck's a 07. So I want to go through and replace it for just peace of mind. Oh, that's right. I said I was going to clean out this trailer. Where's that dumpster at? I think the dumpster is down there. Where'd my gloves go? Oh. 693048. Move. Well, oh. Why isn't the door closed? But yeah, guys, I know I keep saying it, but we have come a long way, and we do not take it for granted. Even with our sponsors, you know, big shout out to them. Because Ford State emailed me kind of out of the blue, but that's all big thanks to Trucking Resources, fellow Landstar driver, and FSC. They got me plugged in with that. Green APU, I've been talking to them. That's thanks to FSC and Just Trucking. And MyTee Products, they were like one of my first sponsors. They shot me a random email. Y'all know Visor Buddy, I actually approached them, but it wasn't for a sponsorship. It was just for me to hang out at their booth at a truck show. And then who else? B-Lean, he just randomly emailed me one day. And was like, hey, you know, at the time I was really big on, like, you know, health and fitness and stuff. So I still am, I just been lazy. And he reached out to me, he was like, hey, you know, can we do a deal with you? I said, yeah, sure. 10-4, y'all know how that happened. They just reached out to me. Miss Jessica was like, hey, I don't want you going anywhere. What do we have to do to keep you around? And I was like, oh, you drive a hard bargain, ma'am. And what you got? But it was only because I used that product anyway. Like, MyTee Products, I used to use them back in the day when I was hauling cars. And so when they reached out to me, I was like, oh, that sounds familiar. Why does that sound so familiar? It's like, oh, I used to use that product back in the day. Okay, come on now. Ugh. There we go. Yep, we got some repairs to do on the truck this weekend, so trying to get our butts on home. They don't give us a seal here, so we're gonna go straight down there, park at the first store, get into the dock so nobody bothers it while we're in our sleep. Get offloaded first thing in the morning. Seriously? Is there any debris or something? Nope. Okay, what is stopping it? I'm gonna have to get my hammer and knock that in place. All right, meanwhile, I'm gonna close this so I don't forget. All right, let me get this trash out of here. And we'll be on our way. I'm gonna leave at least one door open so the yard dog knows it's empty. I don't think I can open that door. I don't think I have enough space. Nope. But yeah, he said we would not be where we're at if it wasn't for you guys. So once again, just want to say thank you guys. Drop a comment down below if you're a day one subscriber, if you are a new subscriber, if you love the channel, if you hate the channel, if you have any constructive criticism, ideas, advice, opinions, if you're on just some hateful stuff, just saying mean stuff to either me, my family, or other people in the comment section, you will be blocked. And not by me, but from YouTube, because YouTube censors it. And I just want to accept the comment to be broadcasted on the channel. So, all right. Guys, thank y'all for watching. I don't like dropping dirty trailers. I did adjust that the leveling valve last night. I don't hear it leaking anymore. Otherwise, it'd still be leaking. And the trailer be trying to like too much air pressure will get into the trailer and it'll like explode. But anyway, I think it's resolved. There she is back there. We should name the truck Blessing, but we're gonna keep the name Mr. Robert gave her. And Mr. Robert is the one, guys, when I got the bumper, when I got the stacks, you know, when I'm picking out stuff for the truck, I hit him up and I was like, hey, when Forestay calls me and says they want to put something on the truck, I'm going to forward it over to you, and whatever lights and stuff that you've always wanted to do on a truck, I'm gonna let you choose it. So he chose that bumper on there, which I'm happy he chose that one. But big shout out to him for the blessing on old girl back there. So anyway, guys, thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna have to use two hands to get into this dumpster. Got the top on it. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. My name is Shymon Spencer. If y'all like the story time stuff, comment down below and I'll try to get back into it. I need some different ideas for content in the near future. So thank y'all for watching, and I will see you on the next episode.